Alright guys, welcome back to another Dice Throw and How to Play. This is the Seraph. Seraph, if you please. There are two ways to say this name. I say Seraph, but some people say Seraph. Anyway, when it comes to Seraph, she is a 2v2 great teammate. Honestly, if you're playing 2v2, you should probably have her on your team because she basically works the best out of most characters when it comes to the 2v2 situation. So let's look at her effects. So first, let's look at Blinding Light. I'll talk about Flight when we get to it, but Flight is a little bit of a complex figure here. By the way, she is a 3 out of 6, so she is middle of the road, similar to the Samurai. So Blinding Light is a negative status effect. If you inflict Blinding Light on an opponent, they will roll once during their next offensive roll phase. So let's say they roll this. If they roll a 4, that means this effect fails, and they can just pick it. They can just put it back. But let's say they roll a 1. On a 1, their offensive roll phase has no effect of any kind. Basically means they skip it and do no damage and do no status effects. On a 2 to 3, if they roll, any remainder of the roll phase is reduced by half. So any damage they deal from their attack is reduced by half. So let's say they do 8 damage with their offensive roll phase. They remove this token and deal only 4 damage with their attack. And then Seraph can roll for defense. Your defense is a defense roll 1, so you only roll 1 dice. On a 5, you prevent 2 damage, but if you roll a 6, you prevent 3. On a 4, you prevent 1 damage, and then on a blade, you deal 2 damage back. Her dice symbols are pretty simple, but a little bit complex when it comes to the later steps. 1 to 3 is the standard same symbol, blade, but her 4 is wings, 5 is cross, and 6 is angelic pendant. So she has a 1 to 3, 4, 5, and 6 dice symbol makeup. So that's Blinding Light, stacks 1. Next is Cleanse. We talked about this with monks, so let's say you get inflicted with Blinding Light from another Seraph. You just spend Cleanse to remove that negative status effect. So Cleanse, you just remove negative status effects from yourself. You can also do that. You can also give this to an opponent to cleanse them, but basically you can cleanse the players of their effects. And then Holy Presence. If you have Holy Presence, which stacks up to 2, during Seraph's upkeep phase, they will deal 1 damage to all opponents, and there is no remove. This cannot be transferred, so it can't be stolen, but it can only be removed. So let's say Seraph has 2 of these. Every single upkeep, she'll do 2 damage to all players. She only has 1, she'll do 1 damage to all players. And of course, since this status token cannot be transferred, she does it until someone removes it, and it's persistent, so it happens every turn. So it's good to get at least 2 of these so that you can continuously do 2 damage every single turn. Then of course he also has Blessing of Divinity, which is the Paladin-esque token as well. Basically, if you are reduced to 0, you spend this token, and it's reduced, your health pool is set to 1, so basically it's death saving. It's saving yourself from death. It's basically so you can just set your HP to 0. Instead of dying from lethal damage, you can spend this token and prevent that and only take 1, and then set your health back to 1. So it's just a death save, and you can have only 1 of those at a time. But there's also Flight. So Flight is the Seraph's token of choice. You can spend, there's 3 of these. You can have up to 3 of these at a time, but this is what this does. So basically, a player with this token may spend it during the roll phase. Once spent, roll 2. If a 6 was rolled, activate this token. If activated during the roll phase, this player's attack becomes undefendable. If activated during the defensive roll phase, ignore all incoming damage. So basically, you have this token. You have 2 of these. So Seraph attacks during this turn, and let's say she does a small straight. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So she deals 6 and rolls 1. She rolled a 1, so she's adding 1 damage to that, so that she is dealing 7 damage. She is going to spend Flight, and she is going to roll 2 dice. If one of these dice is a 6, she adds 2 damage. She does not, so this attack is not undefendable. So she just does 7 defendable damage. However, if she spends it on her defensive, let's say she's getting targeted with 8 damage. Not only does she roll for defensive, which is a 4, so she prevents 1 damage, so she is only taking 7 damage from this attack. But you can also spend Flight, roll 2 dice, and see if she takes no damage. She didn't roll a 6, so she is still taking this damage, but let's say she did roll a 6 with that Flight, and she takes no damage. So it's basically like a conditional version of evasive. Basically you have to roll a 6 to do it, but you have 2 dice to roll that 6, and you can spend up to 3 at a time. So let's say you spend 2 tokens during your defensive. Well, you roll 4 dice. Trying to get a 6 with either of them. And you didn't. So it is a conditional token. So that is kind of the reason why Seraph is kind of only seen as a 2v2 character, because she has a lot of tokens you can just give to people. So of course she can just give players. She can also heal players with her Purify ability, which is very easy to get. And she can heal herself, heal players, give them tokens if they're on her team, and she can also deal damage to all opponents with 1 attack. So it is very useful to have Seraph on your team during a 2v2, but otherwise she is kind of a weaker player when it comes to 1v1. But anyway guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like if you like, dislike if you don't, subscribe down below if you're new to the channel, and comment down below which dice character you like to use, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Toodaloo!